Yo, what up, boys? It's your boy JDMC, back with Isaiah. Episode 2 of the podcast, Next Gen. You guys know the vibes. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to go through each NBA team, and we're just going to briefly give our first impressions. I know I've only seen each team play, 2-3 games now, but let's just overreact a bit, I guess, and just comment also. Just comment on what we think of what we've seen so far, because me and Isaiah have been watching a lot of the games on League Pass, you know the vibe. But yeah, anything you want to say, Isaiah, before we jump into it?
Yeah, I watch the games on League Pass when it works. Anyway,
yeah, NBA.
Yeah,
if you're watching this, fix your new app, bro. It was fine last year. Like, I respect what you're doing, but fix it. All right.
It's so bad sometimes.
It is, though. Let's jump into it.
Yeah, I'm ready.
We're gonna do an alphabetical order, just to troll you guys, because normally we do it and people do it in 2K order, but we're gonna switch it up. All right. I'll let you take the floor on this one, Isaiah. What is your and then I'll add on. What is your first impressions on the Atlanta Hawks?
Start off with Trae Young has had a horrid start, shooting wise. They're winning the games, but they've only had the Magic. I believe they played the Magic and the other. I can't remember who the other team was. I watched it literally the other day.
By the way, he's a Trae Young fan, guys. So he's being honest here.
Yeah, he's just started a bit rocky from shooting, but his playmaking is top tier. He's looking like he's same as last year in that. I like the backcourt that they have. It's nice that it's kind of like they're just sharing it. You have a turn to run the offense with him and Murray. John Collins playing extremely well. Start of the year. I think the Hawks when Trae Young, if Trae Young can sort his efficiency out, which is obviously his biggest problem in terms of his he obviously takes some bad shots, And once he can sort that out, this team's looking quite threatening. I mean, they get Bogdan back off the bench.
Yeah.
Aaron Holiday's doing nice with the bench as a backup point guard. I like the look of them. I think they can go a long way.
I haven't watched a lot of them you probably have. The one thing I do notice and I want to add, I thought it was very promising that their first game didn't 4 of them have 20 points.
Yeah, so it was something like that.
I think it was Collins,
Hunter Murray, Collins, and Trae.
The Boston Celtics. Obviously, they went to the finals last year, so we know they're very talented, very good. And I think coming into this year, they added, the more depth with Gallinari, even though he's injured at the moment, and Brogdon, and Blake Griffin as well. But yeah, just very solid team. Who they have first? The Sixers, was it?
Yeah.
We'll get to the Sixers soon, but yeah, had the Sixers first. Not heaps to say about the Celtics, that apart from just they're very good. In my eyes, are obviously a contender. Jason Tatum's arguably a top 5 player. Dude is crazy. It's sort of cool to see, even as a Lakers fan. It is nice to see a golden franchise like the Celtics be good. They've been good for a while, of course, but yeah, Celtics very good. Do you have much to say about them? First impression?
Similar. You got a 2-headed dragon there with Tatum and Brown. When Brown's on, he's up there. When he wants to play good, and with those two are both playing extremely well with the defense they have, it's hard to beat. And I see same thing as you. They're going to be there again, Eastern Conference Finals type team for sure.
The Brooklyn Nets. What is your first impression, Isaiah?
I don't know, man. It's no defense, hey. It's just they got no defense. Well, obviously, Ben Simmons is an elite defender, but besides that, they kind of rim protection. Nicholas Claxton, he's good and all, but it's just
he's good vertically, but he's not the strongest body. Obviously, he's got a slimmer frame. Yeah. I've noticed a lot. He gets pushed quite a lot, but vertically, he's good.
So they're going to have to outscore teams, and Ben Simmons, bro, needs to just be that guy.
I think obviously we know
it's early days, but
we'll let him develop a little bit. I think with the Nets, we could criticize them a bit maybe, but I do think they're also one of those situations where Kyrie and KD haven't played a lot together, even though they've been there for a little while, and meshing Ben Simmons into it. They are still on paper. I think they're very dangerous with the Joe Harris's, Patty Mills, the shooters again defensively. But yeah. We'll let them.
Do you think a big problem of the Nets is the coaching? Do you think Steve Nash maybe isn't a good coach?
Well, he had the one trial. Did he coach last year?
Yeah.
New coach. Yeah. Well, after this year, I'll answer that question properly. Because I think they've got the talent to be successful. Not saying they should win it all, but they definitely have the talent to be successful. I think we'll let them gel together a bit, and then and then we'll see how sort of Nash like handles that ship, I guess, from there. But yeah, that is a good point, young coach. There was some concerns around him being a coach, I guess. The Charlotte Hornets. I'll start on this one. I said they were going to be a playing team. They're not that great. Have they? What are they at? Like, are they won a game or something? I actually haven't really watched much of them apart from the highlights. But
they won. I think they won their first game. Yeah, they won their first game.
Don't want to be disrespectful, but I overreact a little bit. Like, yeah, they're alright. Water bag, bro.
I didn't realize they actually signed Dennis Smith Jr., bro.
Oh, true, but he's just
LaMelo's out at the moment.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. Yeah, Dennis Smith. I always thought he was solid. Obviously, he did great. We won't talk too much about Dennis Smith, but he started well in the Mavs, and then it sort of fell off for him. But yeah,
as soon as Luka got there,
yeah, that was it. All right,
he was the 2, and yeah,
the Chicago Bulls. I will shout out Zach LaVine a bit. Zach LaVine was the face of that team, and DeMars came in and he's taking that big shot. So I don't know if Zach's cool with that, but obviously it was working last year. He had those back-to-back game winners, but I think the Bulls are another one. Like, they don't have Lonzo right at the moment. He's injured for a little while. They're one of those teams that I think they need the health for us to see how good they could actually be.
Even at their full strength, I see them still as like a 6th, 7th seed at the most. Like, they're just average. They're just
I can see them as like a underdog, dark horse type vibe team. Like could cause an upset in a first round or something maybe, but because I've got the decent players. Yeah, DeMar
DeRozan, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right. Shout out to the Raptor days. All right.
Like, I don't know. It's just.
Let's move on to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'll let you take the lead. I feel like you like them a bit more than me.
Yeah, I like the look of it. Obviously Garland's been out, but Mitchell's doing his job scoring. They're winning games. Well, they won today. They've got they've got 3 All-Stars on their team, which is actually crazy if you think about it. The only other team that has it is the Warriors.
Plus, I've got Kevin Love. Next one. I'll let you take the lead on this one as well. You're a bit more of a Luka fan. Dallas Mavericks first impressions. I'll say my first impression because it's one word. Luka Doncic. You take it.
Luka Doncic. Luka's. I don't know, maybe Luka will be in contention for the best player in the league after this year. Like, it just offense alone and the way he's able to produce for that team, and then teams playing good defense. Christian Wood's adding a very nice piece next to him, being able to stretch the floor.
I do like that.
Being able to finish at the rim.
The Denver Nuggets. What's your first impressions, mate?
Hard to say. That first game was a bit, that it was a bit, it was a bit.
Yeah, that's what
shit.
I had to say.
But like, then they beat the Warriors. A good all-around game. And Jamal Murray comes back today. Or another good all-around game. They're looking quite nice, actually. I think if they can, like, KCP 6 for 10. Like, if that's all working, they're going to be a high seed again.
It was a nice little pickup for like Brown, him, in my opinion.
Yeah, man. It all goes well. Everyone stays healthy. I don't see, Michael Porter Jr. takes a little bit of a step up. I don't see why not,
Yeah. I think after losing that game to the Jazz, it was a first. Like, obviously, you can overreact on that. But I think that's more just Jazz randomly playing very good than it is the Nuggets not playing that well. Because that Warriors game, I can't remember what the final score was, but yeah, they were up like 18. It felt like most of that sort of second half. Like, so yeah, that was a good sort of early redemption to sort of get people to rate them a bit more. But we obviously know the Denver Nuggets are a very solid team, and they've got the back-to-back MVP, so not too much to be said about them. All right, the Detroit Pistons. Sorry to laugh. What's your first impressions?
I actually quite like the way that they're coming along. I think they have a really nice young core.
You like Cunningham, eh?
I think Kate Cunningham's cool. I like Jaden Ivey. I think Jaden Ivey is a good player. Like, that's what I'd like to see bloody Wembanyama go there. They've got Sadiq Bey. Like, that could be a real threat. They've got some nice, like, they had a Bogdanovich over the offseason. It's such a nice piece for them. Like, it's a really nice piece to fit around these young guys to get the scoring up, win some games.
All right, the big boys. Let's move on to the Golden State Warriors. First impressions.
They're just a well-oiled machine, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say. Yeah, they're just like, they lose to the Nuggets, but the Nuggets are a good team. Like, that blowout of the Lakers. Sorry, not sorry.
That's all right.
Like, even though the Lakers were around a little bit, it was always in control of the Warriors. Steph Curry is the man. Jordan Poole has gotten a lot better.
He is.
Like,
I heard something. He's always in motion, so he's never.
yeah, it's like,
Yeah, he is.
agree.
He is always in motion. I heard the commentator
Taking up
say
a
that.
page of Curry and Clay, you know.
Definitely,
He-
like
his finishing
learning off
around the
them very
rim.
well. There, obviously you have to respect Curry so much from three, but I've been seeing so much cut passes, like from the corner, dipping in, coming off Draymond. Even Wiggins has thrown through a few passes. They're just on form. Like they just their system is so good. But yeah, not too much else to say about the Warriors. We know they're very good. I think just that youth's going to keep getting better. Definitely.
They're so deep.
The Houston Rockets.
You go lead the way there, buddy.
I love Jalen Green. He's still, obviously, I think he's the type of player that is learning from his mistakes a lot. I think he's uber athletic. It is like so exciting to watch. Yeah, not too much to say about them. I've watched a little bit, but Jalen Green's still a bit inconsistent here and there. But I think this stat might be off, but he shot like 4 or 6 threes or something like that. That's probably off, but all I want to say about Jalen Green is if he can develop a decent 3-point shot, which he's definitely showing he's trying to, I really like him. This is just me talking about Jalen Green more than the Rockets. But again, just a very young team. Just let them develop. I think they're playing through their mistakes a lot. But I really like them. They're probably my favorite young core. Like I really like those boys. But that's all I really have to say about them. Yeah.
Yeah. I think as well when Jabari Smith Jr., if he, settles in a bit better, that's, getting better, like just getting used to the NBA, I think.
Because he's still a bit slim, eh?
Yeah, and they got Ty Washington as well to have a run, so we'll see.
Did you see Did you see Jabari try push Adams out the way when they were doing that jump ball?
Yeah, cool.
Bro, don't touch our boy Adams, bro. You can't move him. The Indiana Pacers. First impressions.
Tyrese looking nice. Their rookie Benedict. He's looking extremely nice.
Yeah.
Like he's good. He's a good player. I think that they should hurry up and move Buddy and Turner. Even though, do you know how Turner got injured? How I found out? I found out how he got injured.
What happened?
He stepped on the ball boy's foot, bro.
Oh, bro. That's the ball boy's fault, in my opinion. I haven't even seen it, but the ball boy's got to be careful. Nah, joke.
Well, it probably happens all the time, eh? But he obviously got injured from it being that big. I think if they should hurry up and move away from Buddy Hield and Miles Turner as soon as possible. I know that they're probably waiting for that second pick from the Lakers. Probably 3 picks now from the Lakers because the Lakers are going to get more desperate.
I'll talk about it another time, but you're not getting those picks. It is not worth it. Like it's when you break it down, it's just, if the Lakers do that, it's actually quite stupid. But obviously, it would help this. It would help this year, but then it puts us in a deeper hole. The only thing I'll say about the Pacers, in my opinion, they've gone from mid to nice, decent rebuild. Okay, you take the floor here. You can have a little bit longer to talk. The Los Angeles Clippers, what's your first impressions?
Oh, how about that? Mate, the first game of the season, 10 points plus 7 players or 8 players it was, maybe 6, I don't know.
I don't want to listen.
Just like the amount of depth we have this year they have this year. It's just, I love it. I love to see it. Even though we are still the same old Clippers, we could have put away the Lakers, and what do? Let them back in. Just classic stuff. I think and that's always going to be our Achilles heel. It seems to be what we always do. Taking
that foot off the gas a bit.
Paul George a lot. Paul George had a rough start, but he had a good game today, dropped 40.
That's crazy.
Kawhi came back, first possession, catches the rebound or off a pass, can't remember, sprints down and takes Yuan
a fade away jumper,
into the mid-range and fades away on him, and then does it again in the next position.
Yeah,
like that was a good sight to see. I don't care about the athleticism. I just want high, good defensive pressure and being able to hit those shots. And we've got enough of everything else.
Well, I think
to go everywhere.
Shaquille O'Neal said something about Kawhi, and I agreed. He went, Kawhi is not a dude who's over-reliant on athleticism or speed, so for someone like him to come off that injury, there is less sort of, there's just sort of less like hesitation when it comes to continuing to play his game. And we've seen that. He stepped on that floor and did not hesitate. Same with John Wall. So obviously that was against the Lakers. I hated to see it.
Yeah.
but it was good to
Oh,
see as a fan of the NBA. Okay, the Lakers. You guys seen some of my Laker reacts if you have. Yeah, like I don't want to overreact, but it's just giving me vibes of last year. Like we have a system, like we've got good 3-point shooters, like 80 something to make 19 out of 83s is ridiculous. And that's all I have to say. LeBron's having to do too much. But yeah, I won't talk too much about the Lakers because I don't want to hurt my feelings. But I don't know. I don't know what we need to do anymore. Like, I'm just gonna let it happen. I'm just gonna let it happen and just pray. I like our defense and streaks. When has LeBron not had shooters? When has he not had J.R. Smith? When has he not had KCP? When has he not had Shane Battier? When has he not had Ray Allen? Like, he doesn't have that guy. And it's not that simple, but that goes a long way. All right, the Memphis Grizzlies. I'll start with this one.
you go on that one.
Jazza man. I think the first day it was, he stole the show with that Knicks game. I think he was the main topic. I understand why people don't like him, but all the reasons you guys don't like him is the exact reasons why I like him. Obviously had a quiet game today against the Mavs. I didn't see too much of that, but hearing what you said, they lost that one. But yeah, man, in my opinion, like this is a bold too early, but I'm backing my MVP choice by picking him so far. Obviously today happened, but yeah, man, what was it? 49 points. We love a bit of jar. And shout out Steven Adams, man. Just keep setting him screens, bro. Steven Adams, I love you, bro. Like, you're just such a cool guy. Do you want to move on to the Miami Heat? Shout out Jeremy.
To be honest, bro, no comment.
All I'll
I don't know.
say,
It's just a bit boring.
I like the Heat. I think they're a really cool team. They're probably one of my more favored teams. I like Tyler Hero. I think it's cool to develop him in that starting role now. People talk about his defense, bro. He's actually like he's a smaller frame, but he's got some solid hands, bro. Like he's not a bad defender. He can be sometimes. They need a 4. Right. They need a 4. They need a PJ
desperately.
Tucker, Jay Crowder type. They've had both those players in previous years, but they need that back.
Jay Crowder might go back, eh?
That could be a thing, yeah.
Could be alright. Be alright.
All right, the Milwaukee Bucks.
Same old, eh? Just getting business done. No Chris Middleton. Giannis being a freak. You know, you know, what a welcome to the league moment. Jabari Smith Jr., Giannis dropping 44, I think it was today. You know, in 27 minutes, like just light work.
It's
you know,
ridiculous.
They're gonna coast. They're gonna coast to the playoffs. Then Giannis is gonna go hard. If Chris Middleton is healthy,
he just needs to hit those shots and they win games. Like he hits those shots.
Yeah, they do. Those extra games. And look at Grayson Allen, bro. Everyone's not meant to like this guy, and he's going out doing game-winning plays, bro. And it just makes you hate him even more because who likes the Bucks anyway? But like
the Bucks are so good that Wesley Matthews plays very well in that system. And Giannis, Kenny said this.
Isn't he 70?
Yeah, bro. Right. Kenny said this.
He's still doing that.
Giannis forces them to all run. The way Giannis plays with his effort, he not forces in a bad way, in a good way. He forces movement. Like, just Giannis is so good, bro. Like, he's 100% effort. All right, next team, the Minnesota Timberwolves. I did watch their first game, just because I was... Who were they playing? I can't remember. I did watch their first game because I was very intrigued to see how this Cat and Gobert thing's going to work. So what it looks like is they play a lot of 3-2 zone, and they just put those two down below. That first game, I did have a little bit of criticism for it because I'm like, Rudy Gobert, or Gobert, whatever, however you say it, he took more shots than Cat that game. Cat had, I can't remember how much he scored, but he had a low scoring game, so I don't know how I felt about that. But Cat did have 7 assists. I think his new role, he's going to be a lot more all-rounded. And then I think he had a solid game the next game. I think he scored 20-something.
He is coming off an illness though as well, eh?
Yeah,
so he's going to have to find himself a little bit again. He hasn't been playing much.
The New Orleans Pelicans. I want to start this one. I love Zion, bro. Zion's so good. Zion is so good. If he gets an angle on you and goes up, you're not moving him. You're not stopping him. You can slap him as hard as you want. Yeah, he's not getting bumped. I will say something very bold about the Pelicans. Okay, you ready? They are potentially the best team in the league, the most fun team to watch. They are so good. I might be overreacting, so take this with a grain of salt. The Pelicans are very good. Herb Jones can hit threes. That Trey Murphy dude's cash. He's 6'8". He's a bucket. They are so good. They are so deep. Jackson Hayes, I don't even think's played yet. We missed the first game. They are deep. They're gonna. I can see them as low-key a top 4 seed potentially. All right, the New York Knicks. I'm going to take the lead on this one as well. Cam Reddish, bro. I've been screaming for Cam Reddish to get a shot. Yes, he's still coming off the bench. He had that game-tying shot, 22 points first game. Give Cam Reddish. I'm not even going to talk about the Knicks. I'm just talking about Cam Reddish. Give Cam Reddish a shot, and he's going to be a very good player. The Thunder.
Who?
Should we just not even comment about the Thunder? Or they're just young. Like, we all know the Thunder. Should we skip past the Orlando Magic as well a bit? No disrespect, Magic fans, but...
Nah, Banchero needs an honourable mention.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, no. Bro, again, my Rookie of the Year prediction, I'm making that now.
Yeah, nah. Did I say that or did I say Jabari Smith? Because I want to change.
You said Smith.
It's going to 100%
to be different, yeah.
Nah, yeah, but I did also agree. I think I also half agreed.
No,
that's probably going to be Banchero, but I picked Smith.
You did. The 76ers.
Yeah,
rough
that boy is 4 years younger than us, but he's crazy. Oh my god, bro! What is wrong? What Joel Embiid, right? What's going on? He had a good game today, but those first two games,
yeah, I think
it's like he's not ready.
I will just say with the Bucks game, he was a bit quiet, but it was because James Harden was literally balling out. He had 31. He did not miss. They lost because he didn't get that foul call. But James Harden looks very good. I will give him some credit.
I think Doc is one of the most overrated coaches, and I think that's a big part of it. I do
agree. All right, the Phoenix Suns.
I think they're looking pretty solid, kind of same as last year. It's kind of weird how Chris Paul got benched in the first game, then the fourth. Has that ever happened to Chris Paul before? But I mean, Devin Booker's a threat. I was talking a bit crap about him getting the 2K cover, but he's looking like he's a real threat.
I will say about Devin Booker, in my personal opinion, he's the most overhated player. Yeah, that Mavericks series happened, but people are a bit crazy the way they talk about him. Yeah, I just think they're solid. That Jay Crowder situation's a bit sticky. You want a Jay Crowder on your team, but obviously there's some issue there. Yeah, DeAndre Ayton's developing well. Devin Booker looks like he's just going to get better. So, yeah, the Suns, same old Suns, just new year. All right, the Portland Trailblazers.
I actually like their team. I think it's nice.
I will say I'm a massive Lillard fan. It's very nice to see him back.
If they're going to have to score 41 every night for them to win, that's tough.
That's tough, yeah. You can't ask that too much. He's a bit older now. But now I love to see... I think what we mentioned about Jordan Poole being like a Curry sort of 2.0 in a certain aspect, I think that's what Anthony Simmons is to Lillard. I think he's grown a lot off Lillard's gameplay and his leadership. And yeah, I think Simmons is very nice. And yeah, they've got a nicer team than they have had in these last couple years. They won their first 2 games, I believe, so that's promising for them to get some wins, but it's a tough Western Conference, so we'll see how far they can get. But it's just good to see Lillard back. That's all I have to say. And I like Grant's fit on that team. All right, guys, we're running a bit short on time. We do have the Kings, Spurs, Raptors, Jazz, and Wizards to get through. Shout out to all those teams, but the only thing I really want to say is Jazz are looking really nice. I think the Kings are a bit deeper than they have been. But they're obviously still the Kings at the end of the day.
Chill, I stepped away, got 100K, go stay down till we hit a mill.